Good morning, James Chapman. What's going on,
Man,
brother?
you were just having a beautiful hair day.
Thank you, man. I got my hair cut yesterday.
Yeah, I need to get me one.
Yeah. Barber,
He hooked you up.
man, he does it every single time. Every single time. Hughes Cuts in Alpharetta. That
The
is a
man
plug.
himself.
Yeah. That is a plug.
Nice.
Um, so as far as everything goes this week, man, what's going on?
Oh man, I got so I was saying, oh, you got to put that fire out. You talk about putting out fires, right?
Mm-hmm.
Stupid fucking buzzword. And I was like, my problem is I don't have one house. Like, like imagine a neighborhood. There isn't one house burning. There's like 10 houses burning. And I keep bouncing around to which one gets water today. And okay, like this is what it is. I'm not complaining. I'm not being a little bitch about it. I just need to continue to make a list and work the list. But I did realize something I'm doing, and what a rookie mistake. And that is, in the process of trying to please everyone, I am pleasing no one. No one.
Yep.
And old Jimbo can't do that anymore. So, I'm the boss. I got to make some decisions, and I got to get some stuff done. I got to get it where it needs to go and make some stuff work right. So that is my execution plan today.
Taking care of business, huh?
That's right. That's right. Can't have good things if you want to take care of the bad things. You know what I mean?
I do.
Can't ignore them.
Yeah, and that's part of the game, isn't it? Like that's part of being. I think I was having that conversation this morning. The moment you get more people up under you, the more things that are going to go wrong, and the more things that you've got to manage. And a majority of the time, people are set in their ways.
Yeah.
And you have got to be one of those people that maneuvers the situation to make sure that things get done. You not only have to be the fireman, but you have to be the firehouse, and you got to be the fire truck.
And there's the other part to that is okay, you have more people, you have more to manage, right? But you should also have more that you're delegating. And I haven't done a very good job of that. So right now, I have a goal this quarter where every single week I am delegating a new task. So I'm taking something from my plate every single week that should not be on my plate. And once I just kind of open my eyes and start looking, like, some of it was simple stuff. Like I have a company that sends me emails, every email notification from the carrier. I do not work a single one of them. You know what I do? I open it up, see what it is, and then forward it. Why am I doing that? When I'm already handling anywhere from 100 to 150 emails a day, like, why not get rid of 10 of them or two of them or one of them? Because it's going to be every week and they will never stop. Like, just even simple stuff like that slows me down and I don't think about when I'm already delegating the work out to someone else. But why do I got to be the conduit to get the work there? I don't need to be. I can just make the email go where it needs to go.
That's so funny that you say that. We have been working on that same exact thing. Mentally, for me, is the same process. We had created a new system that, for example, on our Instagram or our YouTube page, right, we've got a guy who takes the video. For example, this podcast right now will be cut up into sections and it will be shorts of this podcast, right?
Mm-hmm.
That video is being sent to one person to have captioned, sent back to another person, and then sent to upload, and then sent that video to another person to upload to a different page, right? When in all actuality, it could be two things. One person cuts it up, edits it, sends it to the other person to have captions, and then uploads it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
Why? And the
Yeah,
same
and
thing.
that's the thing. Like, it's not, you go, well, it's not a priority. Well, the problem is things only, all these small things don't come priority till you have this big ball of shit you're trying to deal with. And like, all you got to do is just stay like me. I'm like opening my eyes, like all these little minor things that I'm touching all the time. Well, that all adds up. Like, and I got really great people around me. Like, why do I not have that? Or where am I making that more effective and more efficient? Just those little things. If I could do something small like that every single day, I might eventually be able to work myself out of a job or into a promotion. Oh my God, think about that, right?
Yep.
So this coach I started working with, man, I mean, he takes stuff that's it's obvious as shit. Frankly, what he's doing is obvious. He's just helping me find it. It's like the whole horse in the water thing. He ain't leading me to the water. He's making me thirsty, right? Like, he's making me thirsty, realizing like there's more, and it's just super simple stuff. You know,
There's so much to be said about being inside the picture frame, doing your regular role, and then having somebody that comes in that may not even know anything about what you're doing and says,
yeah,
dude, why don't you do that? And then you're sitting there thinking about it, and you're like, why am I not doing that?
yeah,
Dude, a coach in life and business are, how do you say it? They are worth themselves in gold.
yeah,
And a good coach is expensive, but in the long term, where does that put you 5 years from now?
yeah,
Where does it put you 5 years from now? It puts you in a better situation because you're having someone else take a look at what you're doing in your life and your business,
mm-hmm.
personally dialing it.
Yeah,
Turn this up, turn this up, turn this up, turn this up. And you're just a part in that machine.
yeah,
And you're taking yourself out of the conductor piece and becoming a part of the machine that they're twisting the knobs with.
yeah. I mean, I think it's going to be crucial for him to, as we work together, him to get to know me better. But I think that's going to be more from the signs of like, hey, James, I've seen this side of you before. Like, you're not in the best place. What's going on? Let's talk through this. Let's figure out what the triggers are, right? Or vice versa. Hey, man, this is you're in a really good spot right now. I hear you. I see you. This is the you that I like seeing, right? Like, I think that's crucial. But I don't need him to know my industry inside and out.
No.
Like, I'm pretty decent at what I do. If he can help me free up the capacity in my mind through helping me just untangle the simple shit, then I can spend my energy and strength dialing in on what I think the next big move is going to be, or the really deep work that makes this place go to the next level. He's just helping me clean all the clutter out so I can run fast.
That's it.
You know,
That's it.
I mean, really, that's it. And I saw a short the other day. It was Joe Rogan podcast, and they were talking about, I don't know if you saw this, where they're talking about the calories burned by chess players. Did you see that?
No.
So there was something like these master level chess players during tournaments, they will burn like 6,000 calories sitting in a chair playing chess. That is how much energy their body's consuming because of how deep of thinking they're doing. How is that not? I mean, that's 3 days just of normal living.
Yeah.
Burn.
Yeah.
6,000. That's insanity. Like 6,000 calories is probably like running a marathon.
Yeah. Or a 26-mile ruck.
Yeah. Like, so, but like, take a second and actually process that. Like, that goes to show you how hard your body has to work to do very deep, thoughtful, focused thinking. So if you were going for a run, you know, if you looked at it that way, like with how you engage and how you do your business, you would do things probably different if you compared it to, hey, I'm about to run a marathon. Well, then you would probably get a really good night's sleep before the marathon. You probably would eat really healthy. You would do things that would help your body prepare for that big marathon. What are you doing to like help yourself? That's what I thought. I was like, what am I doing to free up clutter? What am I doing to make sure I keep this as sharp as I can and give it as much room and fuel as it needs? And I don't do that like I should. I don't know. When I saw that, that was just eye opening to me. I was just like, holy fuck. Like, what if I'm burning? What if I can get where I can burn 3,000 a day? I'm so deep in thought and focus. Like that would be amazing. Cause imagine how far I could go with this thing.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. That's just where my mind.
But that's a super interesting concept of thought to be able to say, okay, this is what happens, right? Being able to have your body working in a perfect plane, right? And if you were going to be running a marathon, what would you do up to that marathon? You'd be doing everything that you need to do to make sure you are performing at your best. Yet we think of work, mental work, as something simple, or maybe it is complex, or maybe we're having to go into deeper thought, right? Some of us, salespeople, some of us, architects, whatever it might be, your job has a certain level of brain thought that, or a certain bandwidth that it has to run on, right? And are you doing what you're supposed to be doing? Exactly like you said, are you supposed to be doing are you doing what you're supposed to be doing to make sure that you are performing at a high level, mentally and physically?
Yeah.
Dude, I never knew that. Never knew that.
Yeah. It's mind boggling to me that a brain can consume that much energy in that shortest amount of time.
You don't think about that. You don't think about your brain actually being a muscle that is being used to burn calories.
Mm-hmm. It's
Well,
wild.
that's a note to take on to something else.
Yeah.
And whatever you are doing, are you making sure that you're running at the best possible speed that you could be running? Right? We all have
Or
different.
just getting better with that. Like, if you equate it to the guy who runs 10 miles all the time, well, going out for a 5 or a 3 mile jog is no big deal. If you're me and all you ever do is go for a walk every day, then going out running 3 miles is going to beat my ass. So I guess the thing is, if you can grow that and stretch that, then your normal stuff will get easier. It's more that it's going to be that lighter jog, Right. It's just that there's a lot more that I have no understanding of with that I would love to get a better understanding of. So
Yeah. Well, but that comes into play is like, now you have opened up your brain to this other piece of thought, and now you can actually like dive into that. Okay. So what makes that happen? What are the things that turn on that certain deeper level of thought? Like reading books or being able to get more information on these types of things. Like, it sounds to me whoever he was talking to probably knew a little bit more about that, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah. It was, and like I said, that was just a small clip from, I'm sure, a much deeper conversation. But, and then the other thing is going back to, like, if I catch something, so like talking about this when I'm delegating something every week, I've had something all week I plan to delegate, but I haven't actually worked on it yet. So it's Thursday. Tomorrow's Friday. It's not delegated. I'm looking over my board. I'm pointing because I have my whole breakdown over here, like how I got these goals and what I'm doing with them. So what I'm working to do better at is then, engage with that. Like I said, this was important. I made it so important that I literally put it up on my board that anybody who walks in my office can see it. It's all laid out. These 3 main areas I'm trying to focus on, the goals I'm trying to do. Like I have laid it out there. I've proclaimed it. But now it's only third week in and it's Thursday and I don't have something written out for something I've delegated this week. I've had the idea, but I haven't done anything with it. So most of the time I go, I got to get that done. Oh, all right, let me finish this. I'll go back to that. I'll get that done. That's what I've done all week. But I guess my thing is I probably need something to go, oh, I said this is important. Then why am I not treating it important? I said this was something I wanted to achieve, but right now I've hit my first stumbling block. Why am I not doing something to immediately fix that? There's a deeper issue there. What's the deeper issue? I'm just a creature of habit. I'm making excuses for myself. What am I doing to address the fact it's not about that week that is blank? It's about why I'm still okay with that week being blank,
Well, I think there's also another question to ask for that. How much time do you actually spend not doing anything, just thinking?
From the moment I walk in this place to pretty much when I leave, I don't do that at all. Now at home, I'll do that. On the ride homes, it is very common for me to ride with the no sound in the vehicle. Like I turn everything off and I just think. That is very for me.
Outside
And I
of the
do
vehicle.
enjoy that.
Outside of the vehicle. Because it, I do the same thing, right? And there was a piece of my time where, I got an hour drive from office to home, right? So I've got a good amount of time to do that, but that's actually not good enough. It's not, because your brain is not 100% on thought. Your brain is half of your brain is on thought, half of your brain is focused on driving, focusing on traffic, whatever. So you're actually not 100% on thought. So it's like, I guess the question would be, how much time do you spend 100% in thought on problems that your business or your life is in?
It gets whatever's left over, and it's not much. And sometimes if I'm deciding to do a long soak in the shower, it may get some thought there.
Yeah.
But usually it's while I'm doing another activity.
Yep. So again, that's 50-50 on the split.
Oh, yeah. And at best.
Yeah, at best. So the shower is good, right? That gives you an opportunity to actually have a focus and a point of saying, okay, look, I'm in the shower. I have nothing else to worry about. I'm not cleaning my body right now. I'm just underneath the water.
Yeah.
Right. But what I have found in my own personal just journey of this is being able to take that time out, whether it be in the morning, whether it be at the end of the day. And some people call it meditation time. Some people call it different things, but it's actually just thinking time, right? Being able to piece out 30 minutes to an hour or 10 minutes, whatever amount of time you need. But I would almost say that would be the most beneficial piece, because it's not the bouncing, onto something else or onto something else and then coming back to something. I don't think that's the problem. I think it's how much time do you actually have the bandwidth of breaking down higher level thought on problems that you're going throughout the day. Right. And if you don't have time for that, and if you don't have set time for that, I would challenge you to do that.
Okay. So like what do you do when you do it?
Yeah, I'm sitting in the sauna.
So you go to the sauna, that's like your thinking box there.
Yeah, because there's literally nothing to do. It's dark, it's hot, and the only thing you can do is think.
So, but are you sitting there driving solutions to it, or are you just processing and determine how you feel about it? Or are you saying, well, here's the to-do list, let me get out of this thing and go write this down? I mean, like, what are you doing with this?
So yeah, it's a multitude of those things, right? Because you don't know what's going to come from the thought itself, but a lot of times it's me just processing things throughout my day, or the problems that have come up at the office, or things that I know that I need to get done, but I have not put into thought on how I'm going to solve those problems, right?
Yeah.
It's like you sitting down and thinking about a Rubik's Cube, and then actually sitting down with the Rubik's Cube and just processing it, like playing with it and get it to where it needs to go. You are creating that time to actually sit down with the Rubik's Cube and solve your problems. Because for me, I get into it, just as an example, like I get into the sauna in the morning just because I know that I'll have at least 20 to 30 minutes to think. And I get in there, and then obviously you're going to have those lower grade thoughts of like, it's hot in here, my muscles are tight, whatever. And then at some point,
I'm gonna stop and get a coffee this morning. Like,
that's right. All the lower level stuff will be there. And then you start letting your brain kind of work. And then you go into, okay, well, I noticed that we're sending these videos back to, 3 different people, 4 different people. Why are we
Mhm.
doing that? Well, what could happen? Well, it could go from A to B and then B to the internet, right? Let's cut out all the minutia, right? So then I can make a note on my phone on notes, put it in there. I don't get on my phone. I just put it on there, set it back
Mhm.
down. And then the next thought comes up. Okay. So I know that I want to work on some wholesale deals. What are my options on this? Right. And then just start creating like little notes that you can put down out of your head and put it
Mhm.
down on something when you're actually in that higher level of thought, not whatever doing, half-assed thought processes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No, that's good. I like that. I like that way of just breaking down uninterrupted thought, because that is a thing. Like, there's constantly a distraction. Our world's built around distractions,
100%, dude.
all day. I mean, can't let an email sit too long. Can't let a text sit too long. You know, I've left my house without my wallet and not went back. I've never left my house without my phone and not went back,
Yep.
or anywhere for that matter. So I actually, a while back, Danny and I went somewhere. I know I'm just going down the rabbit hole here, but we went in and she was like, "Where's your phone?" I was like, "I just left it in the truck. I didn't need it." She was like, "You just left it in the truck? You just left your phone in the truck?" And I was like, "Yeah, I didn't need it. I mean, what we're doing, it's not even like I'm going to be checking it anyways." I realized how many times I would go to do something and I'd look around for my phone and be like, "Oh God, where's my phone?" Oh, I left it in the truck. And then I'd be like, ugh. Like, I had to like reconsider if that was a good thing to do or not.
Yeah.
How fucking connected we are to these things,
Yeah. And
It's wild.
I saw something the other day about that where I guess this guy would go to, like, let's just say Haiti. I don't remember the location, but he would just spend time with the people there, right? And they would be like, we would like to have you guys come over to America with us and do all this stuff. And they said, why would we do that? Why would we go back to America with you? People jump off of buildings there, right? Or, people are always on their phones there. And then he was like, damn, I never even thought about that. That they in this little town of poverty and just roughness, they hunt. Maybe it's not, probably not Haiti, but whatever. They hunt, they eat, and then they party when the men get back from hunting because they have food, right? And those are the 3 things they do, and then they go to bed every single day.
Mm-hmm.
And they are more than happy because they have community, they have togetherness, and there's no other distraction other than the primal things, right?
Yeah.
And so that's an interesting thought to kind of process. If the guy was like, "Oh, I noticed that after a week or that first week, all I want to do is check my phone, make sure there's nothing coming in, and then after that first week, I don't even look at it. I don't even think about it. I don't think about what's happening over there. I
Yeah.
think about being a part of this community, hunting, eating, and partying, and then going to bed. That's the only things I go through. So it's an interesting thought, but um, that's one of those things, dude. You have so much distraction, and a lot of people don't take into consideration of how much distraction or how much your brain is actually only running on 50%,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Just
Yes,
throughout the
it's
day, throughout the
wild.
week.
Yeah. No, that's a really good point. It is, man. It's just a constant flood. And it only keeps getting more and more, you
Yeah.
know.
But that's also okay, right? It's also okay. But you have to be able to say, this moment of time is how I'm going to get to this next higher level of thought, right? There's always going to be the distractions, and those distractions are not necessarily good nor bad. They're just part of a daily routine of
Yeah.
life, right?
Yeah.
And so you've got to be able to say, okay, well, I'm taking this amount of time and I'm going to process my problems, um, business thought, personal thought, feeling thought, like whatever it is.
Yeah.
But the most beneficial thing that I've come to realize from my business, and this comes from my coach to me, is how much time are you spending on actually thinking about the problems that you have? I'm like, dude, I think about that shit all day. He said, no, you don't. You're all day at 50, 25% of thinking about your problems is not good enough. Like, you could focus on that for a week and come to your conclusion on a Sunday, when you could do it on a Monday morning at 100% of just sitting there, solving those problems the next day.
Yeah.
And then how many times can you do that to where all your problems are solved versus each week having to, hit that hammer each week, when you could just start smashing hammers, every single day.
I mean, I think it comes back down to intentions versus just action. You know, we can talk about all this stuff all day long, talk about what our intentions are, what our goals are, what our dreams are, what our hopes are, just all that shit. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's the action. Mm-hmm. You know, you're going to be a person of your word and just do it, or you're going to talk about it more.
So here's the question, James. It's Thursday.
Yep.
You're going to take some time over the next week till Thursday, when we shoot this podcast again next Thursday. Are you going to take some time out of your day to just focus on thought, whether it's business, whether it doesn't matter what the fuck it is?
Yeah.
Just to have that moment of time where you're not on your phone, you're not doing anything, you're just thinking. Mm-hmm. Are you willing to take, how much time do you think a day?
I'm not going to start off crazy. I mean, I'm going to go to like a 15-minute block.
Cool.
I'm going to see what that'll do for me.
Yeah. Knock it out. So 15 minutes blocks a day.
Yeah. And I even got my nice little cube timer. It's phenomenal. I love this thing. You ever use one of these?
No, I don't even know what that is.
I mean, I guess, timer on your phone or whatever, but I try to, like, if I say I'm going to do something and I want to focus on whatever that item is, and I say, okay, like, I haven't done this yet. I have to do this. It's got to get done. I got to spend an hour catching this stuff up, or I got to spend an hour going through these reports and looking over everything. But all I got's an hour. Then I will literally set that timer to the hour, so I do not think about looking at the clock or should I start it. I know I'm not doing anything else till something beeps at me,
So does that thing
really good for getting out of bed? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So does it like beep or what?
Yeah. Yeah. So the cube's cool because it's got the times on it, right? Yeah. And then, so like if I want 5 minutes, I just face 5 minutes up. And it automatically sets a timer for 5 minutes.
And then what?
And then at the end of 5 minutes, it'll flash and make noise.
Oh, cool.
And then if I want to do a 60 one, flip it up. I power it off so it doesn't kill the battery, but yeah, it's kind of a cool little timer.
Yeah. So 15 minutes a day, James. That's what you're agreeing to.
15 minutes, yeah.
Copy that.
15 minutes.
We will circle back on that. Writing it down.
You put that in your sauna thinking time, okay?
I don't need to, bro. It's gonna be right here on this little. I'm gonna put it on the back of a check, so I don't get rid of it.
Okay? Oh man. 15 minutes.
Minutes daily thinking time.
Yeah, I like that challenge.
Follow up.
I like it.
Podcast. Done deal, bro. It's written on there. It's a done deal. Signed, sealed, delivered, baby. All right. So, anyways, but there was something else I wanted to touch base on. I don't remember. I think you said something, and then I was going to go into thought.
I think we've hit them with a good one.
Yeah, I think this is
good stuff to take away.
Yeah. So, guys, with all that being said, we are doing a lot right now with our Instagram page, our YouTube page, our everything. Everywhere we are, we're doing a lot to increase the value that we are bringing to the table. So we are cutting up, piecing together these podcasts. We are making shorts from some of the things we are doing, and it's being accepted really well. We're noticing a really good feedback loop on that. We are seeing, some good comments. Everybody's, super stoked. Apparently, when James goes on a tangent, apparently he comes out with good things. I had no idea. And people are eating up the things that James is throwing out there. So, with all that being said, we appreciate you. We appreciate all the feedback that we are getting. We appreciate everything that you guys do. We appreciate the sharing of the podcast because we are noticing a little bit of growth where we've been kind of in a hold pattern. So that's super cool. And I just want to say thank you from us to you guys. And we appreciate you. We appreciate your time. And with all that being said, do not forget to go check out JockoFuel.com and Origin USA to go pick you up some cool stuff, cool merch, support the supporters of this podcast, as well as the supporters of America. But guys, again, at checkout, put in the code GRIND10, that's GRIND 10 to get yourself 10% off and get yourself something nice. You can't see it, but I'm dancing unless you're on Spotify, because on Spotify, we have video, and we also have it on our YouTube channel as well. James?
Grinder out.